Good morning. Welcome to your Thankful Thursday. Today is about new beginnings. Today is about gratitude. Today is a day about, it's called Guruvar, and I really hope that all of us can pay an ode to our teachers, to our gurus, whenever, wherever. Today also you'll be receiving a link from Amrita ma'am, and that link will, you can click on it. If you're on Facebook, you can join the Sangha. So when I go on that Sangha page, it's all about feeling good. We share something that we are inspired with. Maybe today's a Thursday, so you can start with your odes for your gurus, your teachers on that Sangha. And you, every time you go there, you'll find a lot of goodness, a lot of positivity happening from all sorts of places. So that's something which I want to give to you all today on this Thankful Thursday. Apart from this, today is also a day for new beginnings because today, by the end of today, hopefully your catalysts would have activated your group, even though we're scheduled to do it on Sunday. But being a Thursday, I think today is a beautiful day. I'm guided to start it today. So Shivani Gupta has very nicely accepted to be the person who will record the meditations. So of course, today being the first day, she will try and figure it out. And from tomorrow, there will be recorded meditations in the form of audio files sent to you on the group. So I request Rahul sir to please give Shivani an access as a co-host so that she can share the recording. And now let's go for a power of stage programming where let's manifest our dreams by doing any kind of fluid movement, dance, exercise, whatever we like. Let's start our morning. All right. All of us dream, all of us believe, all of us achieve. And in this morning time, on this Thankful Thursday, in 1 hour, 1 minute, 21 seconds, we are looking at our manifestations, our affirmations, and all of us are coming together to make them come true. So more power to everyone's dreams. Let this morning begin. So Rahul, sir, without further ado, let's start taking each one of them to our daily curriculum. All right, the first thing is about our beautiful body, and we will realize that there's so much coming in our body, there's so much coming in our lifestyle that we can adopt simply some techniques and make our bodies a better place to live in. Remember, people go to whichever mandirs, masjids, wherever gurudwaras they go, but truly body is the only place you and I live in. So if we nurture our body with love, if we really care for it, if we pray for it, if we take care of it, we can really evolve much better, and life can be so much nicer. And this particular fact is $1 million fact. If we can do it, nothing like it. Fact number 14, lifestyle number 14, add raw food to your daily diet. The inner lining of your blood cells has an ultra thin set of sensitive cells called endothelial cells. The function of these cells is to regulate blood pressure and blood flow. When these cells are in good condition, they allow communication between cells and absorption of vital oxygen and nutrient-rich blood, forming the foundation of good health and immunity. Oxidative stress caused by poor eating habits such as too much sugar, salt, stress, improper sleep, and inadequate exercise affects these cells. In such cases, the body's response is inflammation, which alters the way your blood flows and increases production of nitric oxide, which signals your arteries to dilate and leads to high blood pressure. So now what's going to happen? So much of oxidative stress in us in our body because of bad lifestyle, bad eating habits, whatever, bad. Now it's time to make it good, good, good. So what do? We add raw food to our diet, which can cure all of the above. Nutritional value of cooked food is extremely low. So, and in our houses, in the Indian households, there's so much of masala and overcooking of vegetables, which is really bad. So there are many houses that just do a very slight saute of vegetables, very slight addition of any kind of masalas, which is really good for the body, right? Because the body is not meant to take so much. This is because soil is depleted in nutrients, which means plants that grow in this soil also lack nutrition. So the time vegetables reach your table, they're already devoid of most of their goodness. Cooking, steaming, or frying them kills more of the simple nutrition. So Luke says, I'm not advocating a diet completely of raw food. You should aim for 50% raw and 50% cooked food, and then try to increase it to 70% raw and 30% cooked. And apparently, it's not very tough. I'm not saying that I follow it, but I have followed it not now. When I was going through my problem, I was following it. It wasn't so tough now. Then, now, of course, it's all about conditioning. So, fruits, raw vegetables, whole or juiced, soaked nuts, germinated seeds, etc., can all help you shed weight as well. This way, your body gets enzymes from raw food, which is responsible for most of the repair in your endothelial cells. These enzymes also line the mucosal lining in your stomach and your intestines and colon. It leads to better indigestion. So, raw food reaches much better. They've got life in it, and that life helps you to nourish the food very easily. It's not dead, right? It's got life in it. So, even though you've chewed it, it's still got life. It's called pran in it. And especially if you're having organic veggies. So, that's something you can look at. And trust me, growing organic veggies for just your household once in a while is very much possible on your terraces or your gardens. So if you start off with fruits until lunch, as mentioned in tip number 1, the first tip we had 2 weeks ago, you would already have taken the first step. At lunch, try to add some raw vegetables along with cooked food such as a salad. Your evening snack could contain nuts or seeds, even if they're merely added as garnishing. At dinner, the addition could be just a glass of vegetable juice or a bowl of salad. So the idea is that every meal you're eating something raw as well as cooked. If you can't manage to eat 50% raw and 50% cooked food, at least 30% raw food would be a great start as well. So in the monsoons, avoid raw leafy vegetables because of pesticide contamination. And stick to peeled carrots, cucumbers, and beetroots. You can even juice them. So I don't know how many of you are familiar of these veggie smoothies. If anyone has been having them, please share your pictures today on the group to inspire everyone. We can start off a morning with, these, especially if you can have ash gourd juice. It's absolutely brilliant. It detoxes your body. And it's something which I have learned for many, many, many years. It's going to detox your body completely. There's one science of having ashgard. Do not have anything before or after. At least give it a 2 hour window. So you wake up and you're doing your morning rituals and you have it, and then let 2 hours go by. Let it go in your body. That's why you're already starting off with a smoothie. All right. So day 15, magically heal your relationships. So I'm not sure how many of you have a bad relationship with your loved one. It could be your colleague, it could be your boss, it could be your somebody you love in the family or somebody outside, anybody with whom or a friend. If you have a broken or difficult relationship, today is a day for working on that. So if on the left hand side you see there's a candle stand, it's got a little heart from both the curves are meeting at one point. These are the two of you who are coming together. And that candle is a candle of hope, right? And the frame, you have two pictures, two people in one picture, and there's magic in the relationship. Today is all about remembering that which is that one person or two people if you want to do it tomorrow also, that you want to reconnect with. Believe me, it's such a powerful exercise. I've done this with so many people, and people have told me that somebody they weren't in touch with 20, 25 years have all of a sudden called from a different continent and said, hey, let's move on. This really works. Why? Because you're vibrating at some vibration, thinking about that person. So I don't know how many of you have faced it. That कई बार आप किसी के बारे में सोचते हैं, like a telepathy, and that person calls you back immediately. And you're like, oh my God, I was thinking about you. Why did this happen? You've not even called, you've not even put a message, but the person calls you back because you're thinking about him or her. And that person connects with your vibration, whichever part of the world he is in. Today is about expanding that beautiful thing now. What is a beautiful relationship? A relationship with you, with somebody that's it's troubled. That could be because of finances, property, or maybe a lost girlfriend or a lost boyfriend or something which has irked you in the past. It could also be with your client that you haven't had good relationship with and you loved relationship before. Today is about that. And unknowingly, we have been in the circuit of blaming each other. Oh, it's because of you, it's because of you. None of us have given in because of our ego. So ego is something we can't. This thing is something bad. You, I. And this is something we're supposed to work on. So blame will not make it better, but what will make it better? Gratitude. So Rahul sir, let's turn the page. So Gautam Buddha, all of us know who he is. He said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You're the one who gets burnt. So very important to understand that if we are out to malign somebody, हमारे ऊपर भी कीचड़ के दाग आएंगे ही आएंगे. So if you're playing with कीचड़, you're bound to get dirty. So what do we do today? जो भी हुआ past में हुआ. Today you want to make it better, right? That's your sankalp. That's your intention for the day. So what do? We choose that one person, that one difficult situation, and we start working on a list. And remember, journaling is important. So all of you by now have journals. Some of you registered yesterday, day before. So your journals are being couriered today. And 4 journals were couriered yesterday also. So you will be receiving them. Those are the new entrants, right? So please start using your journals. I've already explained what the journals are all about. उनमें नाम भी लिखा हुआ है. So there's something in that called reflection journal in which you can reflect about your past. It also to takeaways. So the magic assignment can be done in that one. It's a yellow color divinity book if you've taken the divinity series. Otherwise, you can see the colors. I can't because they're all rainbow colors. So let's turn the page. Now, just see in this. Very beautiful thing is written in this, paragraph number 3 on the left page, 144 page. There is gold in every relationship, even the difficult ones. And to bring riches to all your relationship and your life, you have to find the gold. As you dig and discover a nugget of gold, write it down. Address the person by name. Express your sentence in gratitude. So जब सोने की खान में खोदते हैं, बहुत डीप जाना पड़ता है, तब जाके सोने के nuggets मिलते हैं. Now that is how आपको खुदाई करनी है into your mind for your relationship. For example, the 2 best friends, they were studying together in college. And for some XYZ reasons, that person you've lost because of whatever reason. Today you will sit down and firstly name him. I'm using a male tense. You can, whatever yours is. For example, that person is called Mr. A. So A, I'm grateful for the friendship that we shared in our college times. And then XXX, write 10 reasons. Maybe he brought you tiffin, maybe his mom sent you something, maybe you and he laughed very much, maybe you hung around for movies, whatever you have. Please, please, please start writing that down. So if you do that, believe you me that Mr. A, whichever continent he is in, he's going to call you back and say, hey, I miss you. Let's catch up. And in this world of internet, we can definitely catch up and when you catch up, everything is so beautiful. So that is the idea of today. And today is a very powerful exercise. So don't even stop here. 10 gratitude you must write for him or her, and you will feel better. Firstly, your internal thing will have a detox. Second, he or she will be calling you because every relationship is beautiful. Even he is not too happy with losing the relationship. So it's time for all of us to realize that and move on with life. So you can turn the page, please. Thank you. So it's called Magically Heal Your Relationships. And today we are adding the tadka of magic in our relationships. We have seen it, how beautiful it can be. So for point number one, I really diligently hope that all of us are writing our 10 blessings. For the ones who join in later, please, 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 I request you, this is life altering. Any 10 blessings in your past, if you can't think of your today being blessed or yesterday being blessed, think of your 20 years, 30 years, or however your ages, whatever you're blessed with, maybe love of your parents, maybe whatever. 10 blessings you must write every single day. Gradually, it'll set into your life and you'll be able to write about yesterday also. And then today's exercise is beautiful. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. Get that very, very, very clear. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. We've spoken about it. So his name, Mr. X, I'm grateful for that thing which you're writing. And in the night, every one of us is holding to the magic rock and we're saying the magic words, thank you. So those of you who are new, who haven't had the access to the magic playlist, please write a message to Amrita ma'am, hopefully, otherwise Rahul sir, and they will just share the playlist ka entire link with you. So day by day, start doing your magic. Today you start with number 15. So magic book is so beautiful. You don't have to start from day number one. You can start from 15 and go other way, 15 to 30, and then start from 1 to 14. That's fine. It works very beautiful in this book. So it's okay. Just start it. You want to start with introduction, hear it on the parallel, But one exercise a day. Don't think कि आज मैं 15 exercise भी कर लूँगा और first, second, third भी कर लूँगा. First, second हम रोज करते हैं. So you'll get a chill of you'll get an idea of the book. And do try and buy this book. If it's this hard copy, if you can buy it, nothing like it. It's beautiful, it's lovely, and it's really, really helpful. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book. And in our journey of our power of dreams, we all have been speaking about how important our dreams are and how we add power. Stephen Scott is gradually nurturing us in this world of making our impossible dreams come true. What did you say? If the person's not alive, that's okay, Manish. If the person's not alive and you have something against him or her or your relationship, please mend it even now. He can't call you, but you'll have a very beautiful sense of calmness and peace in your heart. So even if you want to mend a relationship with somebody, so I'm going to talk very deep and spiritual. You may not be able to see him or her in person, but he or she is there in the other realm, and that person will connect. The energy will connect. So more power to you if the person is no longer living a mortal. All right. So I'm back to our impossible dreams to be made possible with this beautiful book by Stephen Scott. So we have been talking very beautifully in every single chapter about cutting some chains that are holding us back from our thinking about, how the impossible dreams can be made possible. We spoke about the power of reaching for the shooting for the moon, right? To think of something so big that only if we think of it can we do it. So what did I say? I said, ask, believe, and it's yours. हम मांगते ही नहीं प्रॉब्लम क्या है हम संतुष्ट रहते हैं आई एम नॉट सेइंग देयर इज एनीथिंग रॉन्ग इन बीइंग हैप्पी एंड संतुष्ट इफ यू आर लाइक दैट more power to you. But if you really want to make your life something very beautiful, why not? Why can't I dream to have a very beautiful matrimonial relationship with my partner? So I use the word matrimony. A lot of us are in lived in relationship. That's okay. So basically, our partners, with our children, with our parents, with our friends, with the society where we live in, why can't we live a life where we can nurture our own things that we love? Maybe playing a piano, maybe playing a game of golf, whatever. And why can't we have the best businesses with working very less? That's only going to happen if you and I think that big. We can think of abundance in all realms. And why can't each one of us grow spiritually every single day? It's not so tough. But if you start thinking of it, only then the first step happens. And we talked about the power of writing. Only thinking here in the mind will not make a difference. We must use these three fingers to connect this with your superior being, whoever you think, supreme being, God, whoever you think of, this with your ego, this with your intellect. Three come together and you hold a pen or a pencil, you are writing your intention beautifully. And intention writing, when done in red pen, it's very energetic. So if you want, you can use a red pen for dream writing, intention writing. Otherwise, any color pen or pencil is fine. Today, let's take us on this journey. We talked about the Steven Spielberg partnering. In fact, yesterday, Ankur, you asked about this. So just see your intention. You had just asked yesterday, the entire chapter is unfolding in front of you. That's the power of asking. Chapter 12, Engine 3, Steven Spielberg partnering, a multiplying skill that anyone can develop. Remove the limits of your limited resources and multiply your potential infinitely. So all of us have limited resources, right? And we think itna hi pata hai, this is what is happening, this is all right, everything is fine. इतना ही आता है. लेकिन कुछ ऐसा भी है जो बहुत अच्छा है, which we're fabulous in. So now, whatever is less, we remove the limits. We become limitless. That okay, itna aata hai, bahut kuch aayega. We will learn a lot more, and we'll multiply our own potential of doing something infinitely, whatever we want to do. So let's take this journey forward in reading about this. So Stephen Scott says, during my 1996 book tour for A Millionaire's Notebook, there was one question that kept coming up over and over again. What is the single most important key to success? So when asked the question, I would quickly say there isn't a single key, but rather a group of keys, a group of strategies and techniques that can be used by anyone to achieve levels of success that are totally impossible to achieve without these keys. But for most reporters, that answer, as accurate as it was, wasn't good enough. They wanted the secret, the one secret. Now, that one single magic bullet. Now, even though I truly believe that the best and the fastest way to achieve extraordinary success in any area of your life is to ignite all 7 rocket engines. So, for those of us who are new in this journey and don't know about rocket engines, please look at the preface, the synopsis. You'll get a gist of it. If you have time, read it out. You do have PDFs. And if you haven't got the resources, the PDFs yet, please feel free to ask Amrita for it. So if these second rocket engines are propelled, if we are working on them, igniting them, then we are allowing ourselves to get ignited into an attempt where our dreams are going to come true. This engine Stephen Scott would choose to ignite is called Steven Spielberg partnering. Between you and me, if you lost the rest of this book in a fire and were only able to save this chapter, you would still have a marvelous chance of breaking the bonds of gravity and reaching your most coveted dreams. So, according to him, this is the most important, right? And I can say this because this engine is not only the most powerful of our 7 booster engines, but it is the one that was ignited at the beginning of my 10th job. And it became the turning point of my entire life. At the same time, I can honestly say that had I ignited the other 6 engines, but not this one, I would have never ever achieved the level of success that I have now. Does that mean the other engines aren't very powerful? Not at all. Does it mean that you only need to ignite this engine to achieve your dreams? Of course not. Each of the other 6 engines are incredibly powerful, deliver over £1 million of trust. But this engine is located right in the center of the other 6, and it delivers more than £2 million of trust. It not only puts a lot of power at your disposal, it brings added stability and endurance to everything you do. You see, in addition to providing awesome power, it can also provide the 6 anchor chains we discussed earlier from overexerting their power over you again. So a few of you will be like, okay, what is 6 chains? What are these? It's okay. Let's understand what we're reading today, and the past will anyways unfold whenever we're catching up with the sessions. Just know one thing, that you were never late. In this journey of magic, the day you join is a day which is blessed. So let's talk about the magic of Spielberg. To say that I am an admirer of Steven Spielberg is a massive understatement. We grew up in the same neighborhood, we went to the same school, we sat next to each other at football games. When I think of what he has achieved in his life, I am blown away. He's not only raised the level of movie making to unparalleled heights, he has forever ensured that the story of the Holocaust would be permanently burned into the minds of the world's youth, both now and for generations to come. Stephen is one of the most gifted and imaginative storytellers ever to hit Bollywood, to hit Hollywood. To call his directorial abilities genius is also an understatement. He has entertained us and challenged us like no single movie maker in history has. Yet, all his talents combined do not equal the most important skill he has mastered, the skill of effective partnering. Effective partnering is like a brilliant, fiery 10-carat diamond. It has numerous individual facets that each reflect and refract light to produce brilliant colors within the facet. And yet, as wonderful as each facet is by itself, it is incredible combination of them that magnify the splendor, brilliance, and depth of the diamond as a whole. When I speak of partners, I'm not just speaking about legal or technical partners. I'm talking about official and unofficial partners. So please turn the page. As well as mentors, advisors, counselors, financiers, investors, consultants, key employees, and outside experts. Now, this is the main, ये Steven Spielberg partnering का main चीज ये है. Everyone is a partner who is better than us in some job that we are not very equipped with. किसी को भी ज़्यादा ज्ञान है, knowledge है, we are going to partner with them to make our impossible dreams become possible. So when I talk about effective partnering, say Scott, I am actually talking about two separate skills. The first is the skill of identifying and recruiting the right people. So अब मुझे पता है इस industry में this person is the best. So I identify, talk to him, and recruit him. Now the second is very important too. It's a skill of effectively utilizing and motivating these people once they've been recruited. Recruit karna is not enough. Appreciate karna, motivate karna, involve karna. सिर्फ आपने कर लिया, that doesn't make a difference. Be a team player. So Steven Spielberg is a true master at both of these skills, and it's their combination that makes him so masterful in the art of effective partnering. So let's read the important definitions from his angle. What are they? He says, I believe that my working definitions of partners and effective partnering are so important that it should be reiterated and highlighted. Partners means official, unofficial partners, mentors, advisors, counselors, financiers, investors, consultants, key employees, and outside experts. Now, effective partnering is a combination of two learnable skills: the skill of identifying, recruiting the right partners, and skill of effectively utilizing and motivating the partners. So we have read about this ऊपर and again हमने इसको reiterate किया है because ये सबसे important definitions है. अगर मुझे एक impossible dream को possible करना है, अब मुझे know how नहीं पता, technical know how नहीं पता, knowledge नहीं पता, so I find the right people. I ask them to join me and I motivate them and I learn from them. So I am in an open and receptive mode जहाँ मैं हमेशा grasp करने के लिए ready रहती हूँ कि okay, now what will I learn today? If I have that mindset, my partners will be happy to add some value to me and I can keep motivating them by saying, oh, thank you. This is something I did not know. The more we thank, the more we open receptive, the more knowledge will come our way, the more success will come our way, and the more we can add power to our dreams and make them possible. Now, there is bad news and there is good news. Now, the bad news is that you are not born with these skills, so critical to achieving your loftiest dreams. And they do not come naturally or easily to most people. Consequently, this most powerful seventh engine is never ignited by the vast majority of adults. क्यों? क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि पूछेंगे तो क्या हम अपने आप को लो दिखा रहे हैं, वो क्या सोचेगा कि हमें इतना भी नहीं पता, हम ईगो के ट्रैप में फंस जाते हैं एंड हम आउटसाइड जिन लोगों को पता है ज्ञान उनसे नहीं लेते. many of the Indian children also don't ask their parents कि parents सोचेंगे अरे मेरे पास आ गया ना ऊंट पहाड़ के नीचे आया ego. It's okay. Keep your ego aside. If you want to succeed in life, you have to partner with people who know much more. Experience counts, it matters. But if you have I, me, and I'm attitude that I am better than the other person, we can never ever learn. कई बार सुनना जरूरी होता है सुन लो निकाल दो if you don't resonate with it. What's the harm in listening? The good news is that both of these skills are teachable and learnable and therefore can be effectively utilized by anyone. You can ignite this engine in the near future, and when you do, you'll go faster and further towards achieving your dreams than you have ever gone before. अब इतना ब्यूटीफुल है ये आज मैं सपोज इफ आई एम 60 years old और मुझे लगता है कि मैं बहुत आगे बढ़ गया अपने बिजनेस में एंड आई हैव डन दिस आई हैव डन दिस आई हैव डन दिस ऐसा कोई तो होगा जो मुझसे भी बेटर होगा जिसको मुझसे भी ज्यादा ज्ञान होगा अबाउट माय प्रोफेशन तो मैं क्यों नहीं हेल्प ले सकता why am I in my ego trap? The day I'm happy doing that, I teach myself that, okay, I can do it. And the minute I teach myself and approach the person, I learn so much. And then I can only go faster and faster towards my dream that I haven't been able to achieve for whatever reasons. अब बात करते हैं कि why is Steven Spielberg partnering so critical? Why is this engine so important? This engine is critical to your success because it provides the only way for you to overcome the roadblocks created by your lack of know-how and resources. अब पता ही नहीं how to go about it, तो वहाँ block है, उसके आगे बढ़ ही नहीं पा रहे, because we don't know the way. Now, how would you like an 80-hour day or a 1,000-day year? How would you like instantly to gain these talents and abilities that you've always wanted, but never had a prayer of attaining? How would you like to have more money at your disposal than you could ever earn in a lifetime? This one engine can perform all of these miracles and more. It is the only way of removing the limits of your limited resources. As we discovered in chapter 8 and 9, lack of know-how and lack of resources are obstacles that seem insurmountable to most people. जब हमें पता ही नहीं है कि कैसे आगे बढ़ना है, obviously हम stuck हो जाते हैं. When your lack of know-how and lack of resources stand between you and your dreams, you quickly surrender, turn around, and walk away. You truly believe you don't know what you need to know or have what you need to have to ignite this engine. Now, if you don't ignite this engine, you will forever remain anchored to your launching pad. इस चैप्टर की फाउंडेशन इस बुक की फाउंडेशन क्या थी कि हम सबके ड्रीम्स लॉन्च पैड पे फंसे रहते हैं रॉकेट लॉन्च पैड पे रह जाता है ऊपर टेक ऑफ ही नहीं करता नाउ इफ वी रियली वांट कि हमारी ड्रीम्स उड़ान भरे we go higher we must learn these beautiful sciences and integrate them into our life to make our dreams come true. It's very 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 easily doable. So as Stephen Scott mentioned in the earlier chapters, dream makers and dream achievers never let their lack of know-how or lack of resources keep them from attempting and achieving their dreams. Instead, because they have learned how to ignite the engine of effective partnering, they genuinely view their shortcomings as opportunities to achieve levels of success they would never have hoped to achieve by themselves. So, these dream achievers, जो हम पहले भी बात कर चुके हैं, पहले dream makers होते हैं, we make dreams. Now, people who are achieving them, वो क्यों achieve कर पाते हैं? Because they have this beautiful intention of learning, of growing in life, and not having IBM. And they're looking forward to growing. So that's why they have HRD programs, or they've got people who are coming in talking to them. So collectively, they're working on synergy, and that's how अपनी जो भी shortcomings हैं उनको पूरा करते हैं. Because they're hoping for a beautiful future without the level of me, me, me. Now, another reason why this engine is so critical is that it provides the only way we can reach the moon when we shoot for it. In the immediately last chapter, we discussed about shooting stars, shooting for the moon. What was the secret to the success that is used by most people in America, and they say top 1/10 of 1% of America's most successful adults. And he's been naming them every single day for all of us. Now, if these people had not learned to ignite this engine, they could shoot for the moon all they wanted, but they would never hit it. Without this engine, it is impossible to break free of the bonds of gravity. Yet, with this engine, hitting the moon is not only a possibility, it's a probability. So, how beautiful that we've been told that let's look at the probability of each one of us evolving in the next life, in this life to the next level. So, how do we ignite this engine? Very, very simple. It's a beautiful process, and we'll go through this now. So, how do you understand that we have to move in a better position? Firstly, we analyze where are we stuck, and then we understand how to understand the science. So now that you and I understand why igniting this engine is so critical to achieving our dreams and the awesome power it provides, it's time to move on to where the rubber meets the road. How can you begin to ignite this engine in the most popular areas or the most important areas of your life? And how can you keep it from burning until you've reached your loftiest dreams? Once again, this isn't an inborn talent, but it is a learnable skill. And while it's not hard to learn, it does take a little time both to learn and to utilize. Still, the time and effort you invest into mastering the skill will be the most profitable investment you'll ever make. Step number one is the most important: identifying the kind of partners you need. पहली बात तो to understand कि ये मेरी shortcoming है and this is where I need expertise. Half of us don't even realize that. We're just stuck in our own, in our dream world where everything is perfect. So if you're not being able to take your dreams to the next trajectory, you're supposed to identify. The first step in igniting this engine is identifying the kind of partners, mentors, advisors, counselors, and so on that you need to recruit to convert each dream into reality, especially those in which you are shooting for the moon. So we talked about the dreams yesterday कि हर dream को हम priority नहीं दे सकते. We can't shoot for the moon. There are some tangible dreams जो हम अपने level पे dreams करते हैं और उसको कर लेते हैं. They're not so important to reach for the moon. The ones that we do want to make it really big, first, we must have a clear and precise vision of your dreams. क्या है? जब तक हम spell नहीं करें, universe को बताएंगे नहीं, हमारी मंशा क्या है, we will not be able to go forward. So clarity of vision is very important. Second, to have an accurate assessment of our strengths, our weaknesses, our abilities, our inabilities that relate to achieving that dream. हमने ये पहले भी एक्सरसाइज करी हुई है बट हम आज वापस के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं कि ड्रीम लिख लिया, क्लैरिटी लिख ली, अब मुझ में स्ट्रेंथ्स क्या है और मेरा फॉल बैक्स क्या है. मोर देन स्ट्रेंथ्स वी ऑल शुड नो फॉर फॉल बैक्स. जहां हमारे inabilities हैं वहां we need some able people to cover up. For example, in a relationship, one partner has something good, one partner has something good. They come together and make the relationship work, right? Similarly, in your dream conversion, from being a dream maker to being a dream achiever, you have to have these converters in your life. And these converters are the kind of partners you will need to make your dream come true. एक dream इसमें ये भी था, if you remember, that I should become the best spiritual partner who understand my wife's deepest emotional needs. We also spoke about the fact that women are from Mars and women are from Venus, men are from Mars has been said and talked about. Yet there are some couples who have a beautiful relationship with each other. Why have they broken the shackles? Because they've dreamt to be such a partner. If you dream to be a partner who understands unspoken language of your partner, obviously you will be fabulous. There's no doubt about it. So now let's look at an example what Stephen Scott is giving us. He says, one of my dreams was to become successful in my own business. I'm fairly strong in my marketing abilities, but terribly weak administratively. In fact, I'm totally bankrupt in that department. I'm very optimistic and I see the upside in almost any opportunity. Yet I get so excited about the upside potential. I rarely notice, much less focus on the downside. I'm good at seeing the big picture and getting a job completed in record time. But I'm terrible at follow through and the detail work. So if I want to fulfill my dream of building a successful business, I will desperately need a partner who is a great administrator, who's alert to the downside risk in any opportunity. I didn't understand your question, Manish. Is this practice one way? Yes, it's one way. It's me, my dreams, and how I will make them work. So I'm identifying कि मुझ में ये shortcomings हैं और मुझे एक partner की ज़रूरत है. ना वो partner कौन हो सकता है ये मैं अभी अपने अंदर introspection कर रही हूँ, right? अभी outside people haven't come. बट ये रियलाइज करें स्टीवन स्कॉट कि उनके ड्रीम्स बड़े हैं. ही इज अ बिग ऑप्टिमिस्ट, लेकिन नेगेटिव चीज को देखते ही नहीं है. सो ही नीड समबडी हु कैन सी कि नेगेटिविटी कहाँ आ रही है, कहाँ इसको करेक्शन चाहिए. Somebody who is great on follow through and detail work. Now, if you don't have an honest and accurate assessment of your weaknesses, you will never be able to identify the partners you need to recruit to achieve your dream. So for example, if अगर मैं honest नहीं हूँ अपने बारे में, मुझे अपना weakness के बारे में नहीं पता, and मैं identify नहीं कर रही partners, तो मेरे dreams कैसे true होंगे? मैं ख्याली पुलाव बनाती जाऊँगी, and they'll never come to fruition. So I have to realize this partnership. Now, if you fully realize the ramifications of this principle, you will no longer have to deny your weaknesses. You will no longer have to hate or fear them. They can become your allies in identifying the people you need to achieve your dream faster and better than would otherwise be possible. So he's saying that he's mentioned previously another dream of his is to be a great husband. Now, one of my strengths is that I'm a good learner. My weakness is like I'm a man. In other words, I do not have the inborn knowledge, talent, or sensitivity to become the kind of husband my wife needs and deserves. So this is something I think all men will agree with. So I desperately need a mentor who can teach, advise, counsel me when I acquire the talent and sensitivity that I need to become a great husband. For years, another of my dream has been to conduct a full symphony orchestra in the performance of the finale of the William Tell Overture. I had grown up watching The Lone Ranger, and I was given a record of the William Tell Overture when I was in the 8th grade. During high school and college, I would put on a set of headphones, crank the volume up, pretend to conduct this overture over and over again. In 1994, the opportunity to fulfill this lifelong dream was staring at me in the face. I was at a charity event for the Utah Symphony. They were auctioning off the right to conduct the symphony in a live performance of the 1812 Overture. I asked an official if I won the bidding, would I conduct the William Tell Overture instead? He said, if you win the bidding, I'll make sure you can conduct any piece you want. I was so excited and terrified at the same time. If I won, it would be the chance to fulfill my childhood dream, my fantasy. It will also be a chance to make a complete fool of myself in front of 80 professional musicians and thousands of ticket paying holders. The thought of blowing it terrified me. But before I put in my final bid, I asked my friend Robert Henderson, the brilliant associate conductor of the Utah Symphony, if he would help me before the rehearsal if I won. When he assured me he would, I gained the confidence to put in my bid. I won. Had Robert not agreed to be a partner and mentor to me prior to the rehearsal and performance, I would have not put in that final bid, and I would never fulfill my childhood dream. As it turned out, I rehearsed Overture once in the symphony Thursday night rehearsal and then conducted it before a sold out crowd the following Saturday. The rehearsal and the performance provided the most thrilling 6 minutes of the 48 years. The audience gave us a standing ovation, and as wonderful as it was, it could not compare to the awesome thrill of standing 3 feet in front of the orchestra as it played my favorite piece of music louder and more spectacularly than I would have ever heard performed through my headphones. This dream could not have come true, but had I not identified, recruited, and utilized a partner, namely Robert. So, once again, the kind of partners we need to recruit is dictated by our weaknesses, our inabilities, our lack of resources. So, now going back to his favorite example of effective partnering, look at the kind of partnering Steven Spielberg has to identify prior to every film he makes. This includes a studio to pay for the production, marketing, distribution of the film, screenwriter, casting director, set designers, set builders, special effects facility, a model making facility, a cinematographer, a second unit director, executive producers, production managers, location scouts and location managers, stunt coordinators, sound directors, a composer, a film editor, and dozens of other unofficial partners. In the last chapter, I focused on a woman whose revised shooting for the Moon Dream became a marriage because where her husband would meet her deepest emotional needs. Now, the kind of partner she said she would need to recruit to achieve this dream included mentors. First type of mentor, a woman who already has a marriage in which her husband meets her deepest emotional needs. So somebody who's a role model. Oh, she's perfect. So okay, I need to talk to her. Wonderful. Number two, an author or a counselor who can show her what she needs to do. A professional, right? Who will give you the shortcuts of what is to be done because that person is educated and trained in this. Number three, an author or expert who can help her to communicate her needs and desires in a way that will enable her husband to understand her and want to meet her needs and desires. Now, which kind of advisors? She needs all three, right? Which kind of advisors she needs? A friend or relative who has great marriages or marriages, a marriage or family therapist, a husband of friends or relatives who effectively meet their wives' emotional needs. Again, somebody who's better than him or her. Now, partners, friends or relatives who have great marriages and have the time to meet with her on a regular basis. Now, for example, I see Niriksha has a great marriage and I want to become like her. I see her fine. She has to have time to spend with me, right? She just can't be like, okay, she's ideal. So the person has to be giver also. अब वो person giver है, तब जाके तो मुझे फायदा होगा, right? So I have to identify my partners like this. As you can see, she successfully completed the first step of igniting her effective partnering engine. So today we will stop at this juncture. We will analyze what our dreams are, what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, and we will try and see how we can use the partnership program. Who are the people? Are they willing to give it to us? Are we willing to learn and be open and receptive? Are we ready to take our rocket off the launch pad and shoot for the moons and make it really big? Now that is something all of us can work on. And believe you me, if you're married and you're here, all of us are looking for good marriages. All of us are looking for success in our health, in our wealth, in our abundance. So this book is a mecca for all. Yes, Manish, it's absolutely a magical book. And I'm thankful to you for learning this book with me again because this book is magical. And because of all of you, I can revisit it. So thank you to all of you also. It's not one way, it's both the ways. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book for all of us this morning. We'll talk about step number 2 tomorrow. Now, in this beautiful book and journey, we have been doing a very exciting book. All of you wait for the book, and so do I. Now, that book is going to come to us after Sun Salutations. So, all of us who are not familiar with Sun Salutations, we've sent you videos for it. If you haven't seen the videos, please see them again and start doing with us. So, we are basically taking our blessings from our Surya Bhagwan. So, let's go for it. जो लोग chair पे बैठे करना चाहते हैं, I have mentioned today, I've sent you a diagram. So see the chair Surya Namaskar. So let's start our morning. Face the east if possible.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuthanasan, Padhastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasan, Parvatasan, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Shvanasan. Ashtang Namaskar. Bhujangasan. Parvatasan. Left forward, Ashvasanchalanasana. Padahastasana. Hastuthanasan. Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position. Raised arms pose. Hand to feet pose. Right leg back, equestrian pose. Mountain pose. Hold mountain pose. And slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs. Cobra. Press back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose. Hand to feet pose. Raised arms position. Prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing.
So this idea of sun salutation for the ones who join now is to seek blessings of the mighty sun, which gives us energy. And now with this beautiful energy, let's start our book for the day, Incredibly Believable by Sunny Saturn. And this book is very beautiful. We discussed yesterday that today we're going to start a brand new chapter. And this chapter is one of my favorites. It's a new language that we haven't probably heard. It's chapter number 8. And 8 in itself is a number of infinity. So it's a lot is coming to get together, especially today on a Thursday, a thankful Thursday. So what are indigo and crystal children? Now, this is what we are all going to learn in this beautiful chapter. A child is born into an ordinary family. The parents decide to name him Tommy. For the first year and a half to 2 years, Tommy considers himself a part of his mom. He was part of the mother in the womb, and he feels no difference now. He simply accepts whatever the parents give him. His mind is like a fresh sponge just taking in information. Now, Tommy learns fear. He tries to walk like all children. All bones are soft and supple. He falls often, he takes his first steps. He does not feel anything is wrong with falling. He feels normal and natural. It does not hurt him. But he notices a strange behavior on the part of the mother. Every time Tommy staggers and falls, his mama rushes over, picks him up, expresses some words of distress and that he does not understand, kisses some part of his body and tries to make it well. Tommy does not understand the mother's behavior. Yet the mother keeps repeating it every time he falls. Now, Tommy is a smart boy. He tries to figure this one out and he knows that sooner or later he will. Then, one day, he gets it. Aha! Every time he falls, his mother thinks he's hurt. And being the kind woman that she is, he tries to kiss him and make him well. That's it. Now, for Tommy, as for all the children his age, his mother is a giant who is all knowing, smart, and the ultimate fount of wisdom. Whatever she thinks must be right. He learns from her and he thus forms his opinion. Tommy now knows that every time he falls, he's supposed to get hurt. If he's not hurt, why would this smart mother of his need to kiss and make him feel better? After all, mother is not that stupid, right? This is how we teach our children to be fearful. Even today, there are societies in our world where they do not raise their children to be fearful. The child might fall down from a tree. He gets up, he walks away without feeling any pain or hurt. In his mind, there's no association between falling and gently getting hurt. So why should he be afraid of falling? Of course, there are some parents who will say, उठ जा कुछ नहीं हुआ चीटी मर गई. There are like that. And then, oh, बेचारा गिर गया. Fear, knowingly, unknowingly, too much of paternal and maternal love we are inculcating in our children. So let's wake up to that. Now let's understand another bit. Preschool, Tommy is a nice boy. His second birthday is coming. He's trying to develop his own likes and dislikes. Now, Tommy likes running around barefoot. His mother wants him to put shoes or slippers on, giving him all kinds of reasons like the floor is dirty or that it's too cold. He does not think this is the case. At every time that he does that, instead of what elders want, he gets yelled at or he gets punished. He is told how he needs to be a good boy by obeying the parents, elders, or other authority figures. Now, Tommy is a smart boy. So one thing, अगर हम लोग बोलते हैं बच्चों को या बड़ों को चप्पल पहनने को, please understand आप मदर अर्थ से कनेक्शन कर रहे हैं when you're walking bare feet. पाँव गंदे जरूर हो रहे हैं. Teach them the night में just to pedicure their feet before sleeping. झावा से कर लेंगे, scrubber से कर लेंगे. That's it, right? Don't keep telling them कि मत चप्पल पहनो. जितना मदर अर्थ से कनेक्शन हो रहा है उतना अमेजिंग है. Up Tommy is a smart boy. He's tried to figure this one out. He knows that sooner or later he will. One day he gets it. Aha. Every time he does what his mother or elders want him to do, he gets praise and rewards. But every time he does what he wants to do, he gets a scolding or punishment. And Tommy learns the second chapter that he can be a nice boy and he can get all the rewards and praises only by suppressing his natural desires. As a result, Tommy grows up basically doing the things that his parents and others around them want him to do. He learns their value systems and he decides to suppress his own natural desires because he's learned that. How sad, right? Unknowingly, knowingly, our society conditioning, our own conditioning as parents make our children support what they really love to do. And each one of us is born with our, more desires. So we're suppressing it. Tommy goes to school. Ever since he was born, his natural interest was dance. As a baby, the moment he heard some music, Tommy would start moving his arms and legs. With age, that interest kept developing more and more. Now that he's in fifth grade, he's forced to study subjects such as arithmetic and history and yet there is not a single dance class. He has no interest in studying arithmetic, maths, and history. So he wonders, why is he being forced to study these subjects when nobody is being forced to study dancing? In fact, even those who have an interest in dance like him are not being provided an opportunity to study it. Even though he has no interest, he tries half heartedly to study those uninteresting subjects. But whenever he tries to study those, he keeps thinking about the dance school that he could be attending instead. And he's just not able to concentrate on anything or remember anything related to those uninteresting objects and subjects. Now, Tommy is a slow learner. Before long, Tommy has been classified and identified as a slow learner in school. There is tremendous pressure being put on his parents to make him improve his performance. In turn, the parents keep pushing him to study more of the uninteresting subjects. So nobody talks to him about the dance classes that are of interest to him. He has been told that he needs to take special classes outside of school to study dance. But those classes are expensive, and his parents tell him they can't afford the extra fee for the dance classes. Hence, he's not able to study what he likes. Whereas those with who like subjects like math or history are able to do that easily. Why discrimination? Now, Tommy is a smart boy. He tries to figure this one out, and he knows that sooner or later he will. Then one day, when he's a few years older, he gets it. Aha! A couple of centuries ago, some old men decided how everyone in the world should be educated, and they made a list of subjects that had to be taught compulsorily. Now, for a number of generations, his forefathers have gone through the same curriculum. So he's not the only one being punished. He is not being discriminated against. He figured out the reason. What he still could not figure out, he kept wondering, which is, over the centuries, why has nobody questioned the validity and effectiveness of the system? And why do people blindly accept it as the right thing to do? Why is the mantra of almost every parent, my child should do well in school and get good results? Tommy wonders if his parents will ever be happy seeing their child become a good dancer. He keeps wondering whether his parents really even think about his happiness. Now it's university time for Tommy. University education. Boring as it was, Tommy still manages to finish high school. Now he would really like to join some dance company, do whatever necessary to survive and be happy. But, but, unfortunately, his father will have none of that. He must be reasonable, get a college degree, get a job that provides a regular paycheck. After all, his father and his forefathers have done that. Worked hard all their lives, managed to eke out a decent living, difficult as it is. His father is even willing to fund his university education because that is the duty of a responsible father. Tommy can talk about which university he would like to attend, but he should not talk about joining the dance company. The dance company does not provide a good regular paycheck. Dancing is okay for entertainment, but as a career, no way. Now, what is Tommy supposed to do? He's lost. But Tommy is a smart boy. He tries to figure this one out and he knows that sooner or later he will. And one day he gets it. Aha. Tommy finally figures out that he has been wrong all along. And his father has been right. After all, without the paycheck and without his father's support, how will he make a living? And who is going to marry him in that position? And how will he make a decent living? He should follow his father's advice and get a university education. Tommy joins the university. Boring as he finds it, he still manages to graduate. He has been thinking about dancing all the time and how interesting his life would have been. But the dancing would not get him a regular paycheck. And what is more important than a regular paycheck, especially for a man? So, a regular paycheck for Tommy. What is a regular paycheck? Tommy graduates, gets a regular job with a regular paycheck. He gets married, has a couple of kids, he buys a house, gets a car or two, He's fully settled as a decent man should be. But what's the downside? Tommy makes just enough money to cover the mortgage, the car payments, other necessary bills like health insurance, and has a small amount left over. And he needs to save that small amount for his retirement. Tommy now has no time, no money for the dance lessons. Life is as it is supposed to be. Where is the fun in life? There's so much stress at work. He creates some health problems too. He occasionally thinks about leaving the job, but without the regular paycheck, how will he support himself and the family? And how will they cover the medical expenses? So Tommy is a smart man. He tries to figure this one out and he knows that sooner or later he will. And one day, again, Once again, Tommy realizes that his father was right all along. He was wrong on Tommy. It was wrong on Tommy's part to selfishly think about how happy dancing would make him. A man has his responsibility to provide for his family and his retirement. Now, Tommy feels guilty about having been so irresponsible for so long. He promises himself that he will no longer have selfish thoughts about dancing. Instead, he will be a good provider till the day he dies. Tommy's transformation to his father's thinking is now complete. Generations are going to take this up. Traditions, traditions, traditions. For as long as we can remember, mankind has gone from generation to generation, passing down its traditions and its thinking. We tend to lead life the way our forefathers did. We take on and adopt the value systems from our parents and families without questioning these make us happy or not. What does it happen? What happens? In effect, we give up our desires and independent thinking and adopt the value system the society teaches us. If each generation behaves like the previous one, how can we bring about any major change? That's something all of us should ponder. Yet, the imminent dimensional shift requires a major change in our thinking. We need a rebellion. So now for the rebellion, tomorrow we will talk about how this rebellion is started already, how the Indigo children have come in, and who are they. So tomorrow is yet another new day in this new world, but it leaves us all to think, what kind of parents are we? Whatever our parents have done with us is fine. So also we've done with this book. So whatever our parents have done for us is okay because they did not know about it. What about us? When are we planning to embrace ourselves and as parents who allow our children to do whatever? Why is society in a way that a boy can't be a chef? A woman, if she cooks, oh, that's her duty. It's amazing. Of course, the world has changed. We have so many male chefs. We have so many male dancers. We have so many, there's not a sexism anymore, yet it plagues the world. So as parents, it makes us think that are we on the right track? Or are we just governed by I, me, and am that my son should be a better businessman? My daughter should be doing this. Is it all about I, or is it about them? Have we tried to find what our children love? That's something we all should think about today. And tomorrow yet is another new day where all of us will have something new to learn, to think, to take back. So today is about a beautiful heart thought. Now, heart thought is an affirmation that all of us have been reading every single day. And today is about a beautiful heart thought, which is all about business. Last 3 days, we've been doing it. Business would just not mean a business as in, it would mean our business, right? So while somebody raises their hand to read this beautiful affirmation, let me introduce this affirmation to all of us. There are so many products being sold on the basis that you are not good enough or acceptable enough unless you use a product. And these products are fair and lovely.
They have nothing to do with.
Please. Yes, Neha, please mute yourself if you're not speaking right now. Yeah. So there are so many products being sold on the basis that we are not good enough. These are fair and lovelies, or these are something which is making us better. You know, okay, this will make us better. So messages of limitations come from many places. It does not matter what other people say. It is how we react that and what we choose to believe about ourselves that matters. If you think you're inferior, you will need some stuff, products. You will need people. It's good to find partners, collaborators, as we written Steven Spielberg's Partnering with products. Now that is something we have to think about it. So let's understand. Our business is prosperous, we've read, right? Kamakshi? That was yesterday. I think we read it yesterday. We did. We did. Today is this one. So yes. So Neha, now you can start. Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Please read. You are on mute.
This business is God's business. Just a minute. We are in partnership with the divine intelligence. We are not interested in the negative aspects of the outer business world, for they have nothing to do with us. We expect positive results and we receive positive results. We attract to ourselves only those in the business world who operate on the highest level of integrity. Everything we do is done in the most positive way. We are continually successful in each and every project we do. All those with whom we do business in any manner are also blessed and prospered and are delighted to be connected with us. We are constantly grateful for the opportunities that are presented to us to help this planet and each person on it. We go within and connect with our higher intelligence, and we are always led and guided in ways that are for the highest benefit of all concerned. All our equipment works perfectly. We are all healthy and happy. Everything is in harmony and flows in divine right order. All is well. We know this is to be the truth for us, and so it is.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you for volunteering. So it's very beautiful to understand that all of us are in life for a reason. And today we'll meditate on this beautiful reason and why our substance is who we are and find it. So let's start. So all of us, let's check our postures. Our backs absolutely straight. Our hands comfortably resting on our laps, either facing heavenwards in a Buddha pose or the Gyan Mudra with the thumb and the first finger touching. Our feet can be cross-legged or touching the or below. Our head straight with a soft smile and eyes closed. Then take a deep breath in, fill your lungs with love. As your stomach expands, your breath is going in, filling your every single trillion cell with love and unconditional love. As you exhale, very gradually, your stomach goes in and you're sharing your love with the world. Love is what you are, love is what you feel, and love is what you give. As you're inhaling in, once more, fill yourself with light. Feel the light entering your body. Whatever was not clear for you, now you're able to see it very clearly within yourself. And as you exhale, ever so gently, you're sharing your light with the world. Your light is beautiful, luminescent, all is clear, and sharing this clarity of your thoughts with the world. See it, enjoy it. The third time and the last time for this morning, let's inhale in abundance. I am abundant in all realms in my life. Everything is getting better and better, and my life is more magical than ever before because I am abundant. And as I release my breath, I share this abundance with everyone around me. The more I share, the more I care. The more I give, the more I get. I am a giver. Life is magical. Life is beautiful. Life is a turning point, showing us something new every single day. Each one of us is here on a life purpose, learning something new every day. We're evolving to our better versions because each one of us is open and receptive to growing internally and externally. We understand that we were made in the image of God. So each one of us is an artist, a creator who paints the life canvas the way he or she desires, with colors we deem fit. We are breaking the shackles of society by breaking our thought process and nurturing ourselves with love. Whatever we haven't done till now, whatever we have loved, we are now turning towards that because that is truly nurturing our soul. That is something we know we've loved. Be it dancing, be it playing a sport, be it something that we've never indulged in the last few adult years of our life. We're now turning, inching close to it, step by step, day by day. All of us are evolving. All of us are growing. We are now in the right place at the right time, learning the right thing that's required for our journey. Everything is happening in synchronicity because it's meant to be. So we're not here by accident in this beautiful morning. We're here because this is something we had manifested unknowingly or knowingly, subconsciously or consciously, to turn, to evolve, to learn, to grow. And here we are in this juncture, taking our life ahead bit by bit. We're not in a hurry. We understand that every single day we're inching towards transformation. Our biggest shift is happening when we're writing our gratitudes. We're in this world of affirmations, and every day we learn a new affirmation. And there's some that give us some power, and we write them every day. We are in this world of reflections, of gratitude, of learnings, of takeaways. And each one of us is blessed as never before. We're here at the right place, at the right time, because we were meant to be, is one of our convictions. We know it. It's our intention, it's a sankalp. And we, the believers, are now inching close in life to a partnership as never before, knowing that we're on the right path. The right channels open up, the right people come in our life, the right businesses are given to us, and all of us are now learning to trust the process of life. And yet we manifest and we surrender, knowing whatever is highest, best will unfold for each one of us in its own organic timing. And so it is. Let's bow our heads in gratitude towards our Mother Earth, our Janani Janma Bhumi, the giver of life. Dear Mother Earth, today on this thankful Thursday, I request you to recharge me with three beautiful gifts for the day. Fill me with more love. Fill me with more light. Nurture me with more abundance. May I share this world of abundance with everyone around me and not keep it limited. Because thanks to my life lessons, I'm learning to share. I'm learning to expand my circle of love. I'm learning to grow. Dear Mother Earth, me, a little sapling, is growing into a little plant. I'm looking forward to becoming a tree which will have sound foundation roots in you, the roots that you nurture every day lovingly. Dear Mother Earth, today, being on this wonderful day, I request you to detox me of all things which are negative. So, dear body, anything which is negative in you, any diseases, negative emotions, please leave my body through the soles of my feet, using the roots and going into Mother Earth. Mother Earth is a healing factor. Whenever something negative touches it, it becomes positive because such is her infinite unconditional love. Dear Mother Earth, thank you for nurturing me and keeping me free of all toxins. Now let's each one of us look at a life level, eye level. Eyes are closed, and we thank our wonderful life and lives that we have lived in the past. Each experience nurturing us, making us stronger. All ups and downs have made us into who we are today. And we are thankful for whatever we've learned because an attitude of gratitude is what we're embracing conditionally and looking forward to growing with love, love, and love. Let's bless our present, for each one of us is nurturing ourselves, going towards a beautiful future, but yet being in the power of now, embracing this moment of magnificence. Tomorrow is yet another beautiful day, magical to the core, with a wonderful life, because all of us are more compassionate, more kind, more loving, and see the light in everything in life. Hence, we are abundant. And let's look up at the universe above, expand our hands, open it. Dear universe, thank you for having our backs. Dear cosmos, thank you for including us in your Leela. Dear divinities, thank you for showering us with choices of blessings. And dear masters, teachers, guides, in this realm or the other, in this dimension or the other, on Mother Earth or somewhere else, we bow to you in gratitude on this Guruvar, thanking you for all that you've done for us and are continuing to do so. Dear angels, thank you for guiding us. Dear guardians, thank you for ensuring each one of us is safe and sound. Now let's fold our hands in gratitude. Now let's expand the angel heart. Take your hands from the left and right part of your heart. Face heavenwards. I am love. I am light. I shine bright, right now, right here. I am open and receptive to all the unconditional love and the infinite abundance in all possible universes. I am blessed. I am bliss. I am abundant. And so it is. Let's fold our hands once more in front of our heart. Give a minute silence or maybe gratitude for everything from heavens to earth. And with three thank yous, let's just beautifully thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's rub our hands together, feel the energy flow, the heat, with this beautiful energy and the heat. Let's bless our five organs, our five skills: eyesight, ears, nose, mouth, touch. Let's bless our neck, our food pipe that takes cellular energy, spiritual energy in our body, our shoulders, our arms, upper to lower, inner to outer, our back, upper, middle, spinal cord, lower back, our hips, back of our thighs, back of our knees, back of our calves, soles of our feet, where the roots are growing in Mother Earth, front of our feet, front side of our calves, our knees, our thighs, sexual organs, excretory organs, our gut area, large intestine, small intestines, liver, stomach, gallbladder, uterus. Go up to our chest, bless our lungs, bless our heart. Now let's fold our hands in gratitude towards our beautiful body, our wonderful dynamic body. Thank you for working in your optimal best. Today you have detoxed yourself and gone into Mother Earth, all activities going down. On this beautiful sacred day, may you love, may you prosper, may you grow. And to all of you within the body, the trillions of cells, 100,000 kilometers of blood circulation system, the water, the muscles, tissue, fiber, glands, bones, and skin. Thank you for making me whole and complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I could have abused you in the past, knowingly, unknowingly, intentionally, unintentionally. I apologize. And I know that you have forgiven me because you are a giver. And there's energy, chi, ki, pran that you flow in me. I invoke you on this beautiful day to wish all my Sangha Mitras, their loved ones, and all beings on Mother Earth. Let there be love, let there be light. Tisha, Ruchi, Pinaji, Alona, Yanji, Ushaji, Asmeet, Shweta, Neha, Shivani, Manisha, Bhavika, Ruchi, Niriksha, Priyanka, Kunal, Meenakshi, Akshay, Kunjanji, Manish, Amit, Dr. Kamakshi, Ankur, Shami, Anita, Surendraji, Jitendraji, Radhika, Vijayji, Richa, Kuldeepji, Supriya, Bon Mantu and Polite, Neha Khere, Shelly, Shalu. Lots of love, lots of light to everyone. And those virtual participants who are doing it virtually, I request you to please try and log in sometimes in the morning in live session to share your energy. So anybody has any questions? Some of you have just joined in. I see Vijayji has just joined in. So welcome to you. Welcome to you, Asmeet and Shweta. Good to see your presence here. You give me energy and it's good to see you as a couple. So Asmeet had this wish in last batch that you want to come as a couple. Voila, it's granted. Ask, believe, and it's yours. Yes, Manish, please share your light. We can't hear you even though you're on mute. I can't hear you, Manish. It's wobbling. I think the connection is a problem because you're saying something, but we can't hear. Do you want to try again? Want to say something? Try again. Not happening. Yes, Meenakshi, the relationship exercise is for one person. Oh, I'm sorry, Manish. It was not meant to be. If you want to speak to me, just call me. I'm right now there. So I don't know what you want to ask. Just call. All right. So thank you, everyone, for being here on this magical morning. And I'm so glad that you all are finding something. So Manish, you want to try again? You raise your hand again? Or are you okay? So I'm glad, Dr. Chikamakshi, you asked for the meditation and you got it. So it's wonderful. So if there are more people, Meenakshi, then you please do it tomorrow and the day after. One day, one person for today's, because it's very intensive. You're writing 10 gratitudes for him or her. So concentrate your energy with only one relationship. That's when he or she will come, right? So please be a little diligent about that. Just one a day. So thank you, Manish, for trying. I'm sorry we couldn't speak, but we'll be back. So let's do it tomorrow. And thank you, Amrita, for sharing the assignments. Thank you, Rahul, sir, for the blessed morning with all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love.